Oh, there we go. All right. Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. There's no university. And we got a couple guys here. We're going to talk about everything you should know about credit card, personal wise, right? Pull out your notebooks, pull out your pens, unmute your mics. We're gonna have a conversation about everything about this. I want to hear questions, all right? And if you're listening to this, I recommend going to the YouTube channel and actually visually watching it. This is in 2023. We might make one in the new year, next year, because I like to update these because money always changes. So, are you guys ready? Jay, Sami, and the one and only Zay and Pan. All right.
I'm taking notes in my Notion right now.
There you go.
Notion. Yeah.
All right. First. If you don't have this app, I recommend you to get this app. It's called Credit Karma. It is free. It's the best way to check your credit score and whatnot. I hate saying the word whatnot, but you really do have to say whatnot with these situations. Credit Karma will show you your FICO, not your FICO score, but your Experian and whatever the other one is. But you should, and it doesn't hurt to check on it. A lot of people, they have the misconception of, hey, if I check on it, it might lower my score. No, that's a myth. Don't believe in that. All right. Misconceptions. People think that you're either you don't have credit or you have super high credit and you never use it. These two are literally the same. If you have literally no credit, you're stupid. Sorry, but someone has to say it. Second, if you have super high credit but you never use it, you're also stupid. You're not using it. That's the whole point of having a credit score. You have to use it. At no point should your credit score be at an 800. Unless they're like 90 years old and you're not using money anymore, right? You don't really care at that point. Happens. Second misconceptions. Credit cards are not evil. This is what poor families that are middle class always put down on their children. Hey, don't ever get a credit card. It's evil. No. A credit card is a double-edged sword. You can either kill someone with it or you're going to kill yourself with it. All a credit card just proves is if you have total responsibility. If you have zero responsibility, you can't feed yourself, you can't take a shower, you can't put clothes on yourself, you shouldn't get a credit card. But if you can get a job, drive, buy gas, do all that shit, get a credit card. This will save you in the long run. And I want you to get these vocabulary in your head. The statement is how much that's due after your due date. It'll show that. Your balance is how much is in total, like you visually see that is due. Pay that one. Your bill cycle, this is every month. It's different for each person. You could pay on the 1st or you could pay on the 18th, 17th, 16th, you name it. Open date is when the first new month starts. Close date is when the last month, when the month ends and it starts the whole new month again. The due date is when you have to pay your bill. Minimum due, never fucking pay that. Minimum due, you should never pay that unless you have a strategy behind it. Like if you're trying to flip a house, but you're trying to get as minimum due as possible, do that. But never, ever pay minimum due because it does nothing for you. It does not benefit you. I want you to put this somewhere in your database, Excel, notebook, diary, put that information somewhere. Y'all got that? Okay. Okay, another misconception. Never, ever closing. People tend to be like, oh, this is an old credit card. I'm going to close it. I'm a grown up now. I have an American Express card. I need to end my Discover It secured card. No, don't ever do that. If it's your first credit card from high school that you got fucking 18 years ago from Wells Fargo with a $500 limit when you're a fucking millionaire, hold on to that credit card. Buy gum with it. Don't ever get rid of it because it shows maturity in your credit score. That one card that has 18 years of life in it. Don't get rid of it. Think of every single credit card like a new baby. Don't get rid of that baby. It's gonna grow. It's gonna flower up. It's gonna do something.
What if I'm pro-abortion? Can I still do that?
Huh?
What if I'm pro-abortion?
If you're pro-abortion, you're just gonna be in hell. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Like me, I'm anti-abortion, right? That's how you say it. And if you don't use that credit card at all, like that's why I say buy gum with it. Buy something small. If you don't use that credit card at all, your credit card company is gonna try to shut it down. They're always gonna try to figure out how to fuck you up.
Hey,
So,
question.
go ahead.
So if you have an old credit card, but you also got a new one, would that shit like combine together
Yep.
to make your credit score?
Yep. So basically, if I have, let's do some math here, right? Let's say I have a Wells Fargo credit card that's 18 years, and now I just apply for a new. Let's say I have this American Express card that's 1 year old, right? Now let's take the average of those two. So add those two credit cards together and divide by 2. That's how long your credit score is. That's how long your credit history is. Even though you had your first credit card at 18, it doesn't show your credit age at 18. It shows something like probably 10, right? Probably 9 years of age, which sucks. Honestly, that sucks. That's why I recommend everyone to apply their credit cards when they're young. Apply it early. I'm gonna show you guys some tricks right now. You won't talk about this. The biggest lesson I want to get through your head, right? Treat your credit card like a debit card. If you don't have the funds for it right now, don't get it unless you're big brain, right? Unless you plan it out, unless you have a strategy of flipping a house and making more money out of it. So treat it like a debit card. Always have set up auto payments, right? If you're going to deploy, if you're going to be somewhere, if you're going to have medical issues, you just forget, set and forget, right? So set up auto payments just in case. Never pay the minimum fee, like I said before. Always pay the whole thing. Pay the due balance. And people say, oh, you only got to use 30% of your credit utilization to get your high score. No, that is wrong. If you really want to look good in your credit cards, use only 10% of what each credit card is worth. So let's say your Wells Fargo credit card has $500. Use 10% of that. So that's $50 a month. Let's say your American Express has $12,000. Use $1,200 of that card. You can use up to. Don't use 30%. Use only 10%. I'm giving you the gems right here.
Whoa! Can you go back?
Yeah, right there. Any questions so far? Why this is or how?
I got so I have a friend who's stepdad. He misses a payment intentionally because he says that it like increases his chances of getting more credit cards in the future. Is that true? Or
You ever heard of this thing called autism? That's what his dad has right now. It's not true. Okay.
I thought so too. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
It does not make sense. The dude is being retarded. Pay your bills every month. Right? That's all the credit bureaus want to see. Hey, can this little dude pay his bills? Okay, if you can, I'll give him a bigger loan. I'll give him
We good.
All right. What is now? Here's when we get to not illegal. This is legal, by the way. A trade line, right? How many of you, right? You were in high school, and you're someone in your let's say you and some guy are 18 years old. The guy that's 18 years old, your buddy, right? His parents had good credit score, and they gave him, they basically gave your friend a really high score of 720, right? But your parents don't have credit score. They're not financially aware. They're probably immigrants, or they just don't know. So you're like, man, I'm shit out of luck. What am I gonna do? My parents didn't give me that. My parents did not set me up financially. Okay, this is when you go ahead and look into trade lines. So basically, you're renting out someone else's credit report for 3 to 6 months. And I'll tell you my experience in it. So, why should you get a trade line? If you have bad credit, or if you have no credit, basically because you have poor parents or just not financially educated, you didn't prepare your credit. Basically, this will boost up your credit score from a 650 to all the way to a 780, like for 3 to 6 months. Now, the best strategy to take with trade lines, I'll show you right now. Can y'all see my screen right now? I'll click this link, right? Y'all see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So if I click on buy trade lines right here, it looks sketchy, right? But it's really not. I bought one. So what my experience was, I bought a $500, right? These are the prices. These are all the prices. And, oop, let me go back. These are all the prices for how much it is. So I bought one for, yeah, around this price. Man. Ugh. Around this price, right? 500, it was like around $500. And what you want to look for is the oldest date. So open date, right? We want to switch that to, like, see, the oldest card here is from 2000 January, right? This is a good card. This is Bank of America. It has a $30,000 limit, but the cost of it is $1,365 to rent it out, right? This is overkill. I wouldn't get this one, but if you are like planning on getting a new loan, planning on getting something like a new car or whatever, this might be a cheaper route for you. And let's look at the one that I probably got. Oh, it's around here somewhere. Like look at these. Look how old these credit scores are. So these are people basically sending their credit score out. These are old people like, hey, I'm just gonna, basically they're renting out their credit report. There's no fault for you. There's only fault for them. They make what, $600 or however much this is every month, and you just get good credit score. It's just a change of exchange. Change of exchange. So what I did was I got a Chase one right here, right? Can y'all see the screen? Hello? Can y'all see?
If you could zoom in a bit, that would be nice.
Yeah, I got you. Right here.
Perfect.
So I got a Chase card like this. So the reason why I got a Chase card is because I was trying to get a Chase credit card. So in order for Chase to be good with me, they have to see like, hey, I kind of have something in Chase already. Might as well give me another card, right? So I got this card. I got a loan for a house. So I paid $500 to use it because I had a high limit. It was really old, and I had it for a week, right? But fun thing is that even though it shows active for a week, it'll show longer. It'll show 3 to 6 months longer as a closed account. It'll still be on your credit score for a longer time. Now, what I did was I got this. I had shitty credit, so I applied for a bunch of credit cards, like 4 credit cards around the time, and I got them all because I went from a 670 credit score to like a 780. And when I had a 780 credit score, I got a good loan for a house. I got 4 credit cards, and basically I just set myself up because my parents didn't have their credit cards. They didn't.
Hold on, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How did you go from you said you went from a 670 to like a 780? How long did it take you to build that?
No. This thing right here boosted me all the way up there. So like this thing
Trade line?
Trade line, yes.
Wow.
It'll boost you to get up there, and then you can use it to basically apply for whatever. But that credit score is going to go all the way down afterwards. So that's what I'm saying. Take action while you have it. Do everything you can. Apply for a car. Get a car. Get a bunch of credit cards. Get a mortgage. Do something with that credit score because it looks good. And then once it goes away, you're already pretty much set. You save a lot more money. Now,
Hey, Alam.
yeah.
I want to attack one of those misconceptions because my thing is that I've always seen credit as kind of useless because you still have to pay it back eventually. So why not just pay out of pocket and just save up? Like you know David Ramsey, you got.
I do.
I kind of like what he
I don't like
kind of
David.
doing.
I don't like David Ramsey. See, hear me out. Right now, you're in your life right now. You're in the middle class. Like it or not, you're in a middle class, probably lower middle class because you're in the army, but you're pretty much well off. But second, it's your goal to become rich. A poor person that becomes middle class, they already made it. You're middle class and you stay middle class, you kind of fucked up. So I'm gonna let you know, since you're middle class and you listen to someone like David Ramsey that's telling you to save money, but you're gonna have that money in an inflation rate. Like, have you checked the inflation rate? So, all right, can you see my screen? Inflation rate calculated. So, so how much money do you have in your savings account?
Let's say 12 grand.
12,000. You listen to David Ramsey, let's say in let's see. So what is the inflation rate for 2023? 6%, right? So 6%, you have $12,000. And how many years do you think you'll be successful in? Like, how many more years? 10 years, 20 years?
Till I reach success?
Yeah, you think? Like, at what age?
By the time I'm 30 at least.
30, so probably like 10 more years?
Yeah.
All right, let's calculate it. After 10 years, percent, $12,000. You're basically gonna have 6,744. That money's gonna turn into that
Holy fuck.
because you're not investing. If you keep your money stored away, it's gonna be eaten up by. Why do you think gas prices? Why do you think video games, mortgage, car payments, car prices, everything in the world is just increasing, right? Is everything increasing? The cost of living is increasing. So
Yeah.
the money in your bank account won't support that, like 10 years from now, 20 years from now. So you gotta basically combat that by investing the money that you have saved up. Now, the misconception that you had is like, what was your question with the credit score part? So I can answer it.
Well, it's not the credit score, it's about just credit in general because you're using it, but you still have to pay it back in the long run. So there are some people that even like you said, it's a double-edged sword. You either stab somebody with it or you stab yourself with it. I mean,
now here is where you have to see it. A credit card, when you use it, you get points. That's the whole point that we use the system. Now, I'll give you an example. If I have, let's say, American Express card, and it says I get 3 points every dollar. Every dollar spent, I get 3 points. And let's say I spent $10,000. I have 30,000 points. And with that 30,000 points, I can spend 12,000 for a flight ticket. I can spend 3,000 for a hotel. Basically, I'm paying with the business that I use my credit card on, the money that I'm already going to spend. I can basically at the end of the year, or however many points I have, I can use those points to basically pay for my vacation. So theoretically, it's a free vacation for you. Now, this is why I always recommend use your credit card like a debit card. If you're using a debit card to pay for all the shit that you already do, like for example, groceries, another example is gas, another example might be like self healthcare stuff like your deodorant, your shower stuff, all that stuff, and you're using a debit card, shame on you. Why? Because if you just use the credit card, you're already going to spend on groceries. You're already going to spend on gas. Why not get money off of that? Why not get a couple points off of that? So you can exchange it for a better vacation in the future. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, and on top of that, Zay, you asked, you was concerned about the debt that you can get whenever you use a credit card. You could also use a credit card more as a personal loan. Let's just say if you start a business, right? And if you know your business is going to take off, right? Why would you want to use your own money? Instead, you could use the credit card money, right? Pay on it, knowing your business is paying for it, right? And you're keeping your own money. So it's like people, they're afraid of credit because they worry about the debt. Yeah, you're getting money, but you're borrowing money. But if you have a plan, a solid plan to get that return back, I would use it. Don't use it to just buy dumb stuff and just, swipe your card. You know, it's not worth it. So that's another thing.
Yep. Does that kind of like make you understand, Jay? I mean, Zay?
Yeah, it helps me understand a bit
Okay.
more.
So does that change your opinion on credit cards, or what kind of stigma do you still have about it?
I mean, I might have another question later on, but I'm still thinking. You feel me?
Okay. Do you guys still see the slideshow?
Yeah.
Now, how to start your credit? Easy way. Get a secured credit card. Keyword: secured credit card. You put $500 down, and you get the credit card. Out of $500, you'll get it back in 1 year. Yeah, because it shows the credit card companies that, oh, can I handle? I'll put money down to show you that I'm good with my credit cards. Okay, so there's no cost for them. The two I would recommend, well, three. The three I would recommend is one, Discover card. Two, the Capital One secured card. Or three, whatever bank you have that has a secured card. That will help you out in the long run. That will start your credit off easily.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
So say like you've already started like building your credit. Like, would you recommend just like getting more secured cards anyway right now? So like in the long run, it's just like stacking more credit card history.
Yes, in the beginning, but not now, since you're a pro, right?
Yeah, like I'm already at the stage where like I already had a couple.
Like Sami,
So
you have an American Express card, right?
yeah.
So you should be getting the top better cards. Like you should be getting cards. I'll show you right now.
Okay.
So what's next? Once you've had the credit card for 3 to 6 months, apply for cards. Apply for more cards. Here's a tip. Here's a big tip. Another tip. While I was getting a loan, at the exact same time, I had 3 computers up, right? Each computer had American Express, another one had Chase Bank, and another one had Citi Double Cash. I clicked accept all 3 times, right? At the exact same time, and I got accepted each credit card. So the tip is apply for a credit card. If you have 2 phones, 3 laptops, apply for a credit card at the exact same time. So if you want to apply for a credit card right now, apply for 2 at the exact same time, 3 at the exact same time, 4 exact same time. You'll see you'll probably get all of them easily. That's a tip. But it has to be exact same time, not 5 minutes after, not 10 minutes after, exact same time. Do this if you're going to get a house loan or a car loan, right? Like at that moment, they're going to check your credit and whatnot. Do it right there and then. Right there and then. And then this is how I got accepted. How I got the Chase Sapphire, how I got the my Citi Double Cashback, and how I got my American Express Gold Card at the exact same time. What credit cards I would recommend and why? So let's look at my credit cards. Can y'all see my screen with Notion? Oh. Can y'all see my screen? Y'all can't see my screen?
It's still on the slideshow.
Okay.
But I got a quick question,
Go ahead, go ahead.
So, like when I go to Walmart, right? Because I use my debit card for everything, but when I go, it says, "Do you want to pay credit or debit?" Can you explain the difference with that? Like when you use a debit card and when it says that?
You would never use your debit card. They're just telling you, hey, would you want to be a retard or would you actually want to use your credit card? That's all I was asking you. Different different verbiage. I'm giving you a different verbiage. Do you want to be a retard or do you want to make money? It's what it's literally telling you.
Okay.
Debit card is equal to being a retard. Credit card is equal to you making money. That's all it is. There's no point. I've never seen any case where I would have to use my debit card. Never. Now, if I'll give you two examples. What happened? So I was at a restaurant. Sami probably remembers this. We were at this fucking. It wasn't a Korean restaurant, but basically they wouldn't take American Express cards. But I had it's because what happens is whenever you use your own credit card, the company, they get charged more. They get charged. The person that what you're buying. So if I bought, let's say, soup for $10, it would charge them more money. So that's why they don't like American Express. They will take a MasterCard, which is like a Chase or a Citibank card. So there was no problem. That's why I got a different credit card and gave it to them. Not a problem. Another situation that I fell in was when I put down money on a credit. When I put down money, let's say you have to buy a car and you have to put down $5,000. Dude, how do you, Zay, tell me, how would you feel about putting money down on a car? $5,000 out of your bank on.
I don't really fuck with that. I don't.
You don't like that, right? It hurts, right?
I'd rather just pay it in cash.
No, hear me out. But still, cash. How do you feel about cash coming out of your account, $5,000?
Well, if I had another 5,000 or 15,000, it really wouldn't fuck with me as much.
Okay, let's say 15,000. Let's say all the money in your bank account. You have to spend something, right? That's urgent. How do you feel?
Yeah, it kind of bothers me. Like when I got to get my dress uniform sewn and it's like $300, that shit bothers me.
Okay. Now, would you like to have something in reward for spending that much money? Would you want to be rewarded?
Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah, that's what a credit card is for, man. You get rewarded for spending money. If you're already going to spend it on your dress uniforms, on your food, on your gas, why not get rewarded for it? That's all it is. I feel guilty spending $12,000 and I'm like, bro, I didn't get anything in return except for whatever the fuck this car is. But if I spend $12,000 and I got 2% of that, that's like what? What's 2% of that? Boom, boom, boom. I got what? $240 out of it. $240 out of $12,000. That's something better than nothing. Right? That's what I would do. I would keep that. Now, if you spend, so what I did is when I put down money for my car, $5,000, they said, I put in my credit card, right? They said, oh, you can only spend 2,500 of your credit card, half of it on your credit card, and the other half has to be on a debit card. I'm like, all right, no problem. So I put half of it on my credit card, one credit card, right? And guess what I did? I pulled out another credit card and put it in. Simple. They didn't say anything. What? I only carry credit cards. What? You don't want me to get the card and leave? Boom. Easy. These people will fuck you up, all right? People will bully you to use your debit card. I'm telling you, fuck that. Use your credit card. Make money off of it. Just pay it off. Hey, Zay, if I told you every first of the month, pay this bill, can you do it?
Yeah.
That's all it is. Set a reminder. Don't forget. Or can you go to work at 06:30 in the morning? Can you show up the formation?
Most of the time, yeah.
That's all you have to do. That's
They
all.
put it like this, bro. Like you go to Chipotle, you buy your protein supplements with GNC and stuff, right? You swipe your debit card. Let's just say you get a card that gives you 2-3% cash back for your everyday purchases, right? For those same things that you buy with your debit card, you gotta get gas too, right? You do all that, you get rewards. So that's the point of credit. You're gonna pay it off anyway, right? You have the money, right? So it's like, what's the point of using your debit card when you can just use your credit and pay it right off? That's the
I
whole
mean,
point.
I get what you're saying, but like my whole life is like it's not really using credit. It's more so just smart budgeting.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, because I'd go to GNC. I became a Pro Rewards member. I get a free thing away every single month. Now I don't got to worry about spending $70 on way.
Wait, say that one more time. Sorry.
I said I went to GNC to buy some way, and now I became a Pro Rewards member. Next thing you know, I'm getting a free thing away every single
That's
month.
fine. Yeah, but you have to pay first, right?
In the beginning, you do.
Yeah. So why don't you just use a credit card for that?
Shit, I ain't had one, so.
And get rewards.
Get rewards. Now you get double the rewards. You get free GNC and you get money back.
You gotta elaborate on getting your money back, because I just hear credit cards. You use it as like a loan, and then you pay that shit back.
That's if you're okay. That's a different strategy. That's an advanced strategy. Like, hey, okay, I'll make this. I'll explain it, right? So I'm gonna draw this out for you. Paint. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Y'all see the paint? Tommy, do you see it? Does everybody see it? Just making sure again. Does everybody see this?
Yeah.
Let's see if I have. Oh. All right. So, Zay. So, if you do see the paint, okay, this is a house, right? This is a house. Let's say it's $50,000, 50K. You use a credit card. This is you. All right, eyeballs, smile on your face. You see that? You use an American Express credit card to basically, and by the way, your money, you have $12,000 in the bank. Boom. In the bank. In the bank, right? It's safe. You're not using it, you're not doing it. This is an advanced strategy. So I have my credit card here, and I bought this house for 50K. So right now, this is January, right? January I bought it. And I put another 20,000, right, for fixing up the house. Now this house is, and now it's I had January, February, March, right? In March, it's all fixed up and ready to sell, but I have to pay fees. Let's say minimum due, so I had to pay $1,000 each month to this card. So it's added on. So I basically owe January, February, March. So 3 months worth. 3 months worth of $1,000, right? So overall, I owe 72,000, right? And 72. I owe 73,000. My bad. 73,000 on the credit that credit card, because now hear me out. I fixed up this house. Now this house is worth $120,000 because I fixed it up. I sold it. So minus $10,000 because of selling expenses and everything. I have $110,000 left. Subtract 73,000. All right, because I got to pay off my credit card now. Now I have what? 30. Fuck, I can't even do math right now.
37K.
37. I have 37K left, right? Can't even read my own handwriting. That 37K is money that I made. That is going to go to my bank account. right? So in total, I have 49,000 in my bank account. And my credit card's paid off too. So now, did I use any of your money at all? Did I use any of your money in your bank account? Or
I
did
kind of want to come back to that though. I got a question. Because
Yeah.
if you bought the house with the credit card for 50K
Yeah.
and then you got 12K left over, I mean,
No,
you
not
bought
12.
the house for 50K.
Not
So
12.
you're not talking about people who you may have hired to like fix it up and everything.
No. So I bought it for 50K right here. See, it's 50K. Here, let me use red. So I bought it for 50K. That's purchase price. 20K is rehab cost, right? Fixing it up, hiring people to fix it up and everything, right?
My fault.
So I spent 70K and $3,000 because of holding costs. That means, hey, you know, like you got to spend time from January to March for then I got to pay the minimum for that credit card. So overall, my credit card is due $73,000, and I sold it for $120,000. But I had to spend $10,000 just to pay, just to sell it. You know, closing costs, attorney fees, and whatnot. Now I have $110,000 subtracted from my, you know, my credit card, and boom, I made a total of $37,000 without even touching my bank account. I just use imaginary money to make me money. Just put that through your head. You use no money to make money.
And on top of that, let's just say if you get a 0% interest credit card, well, you don't have to pay until a year from now.
Yeah.
Those are the best. So I mean, this by far, dang, you broke. I didn't even know that. I didn't even think about that.
What? Using imaginary
Like,
money?
yeah, like I understand how credit card work, obviously, but the whole point of like the profit you made from buying your house with somebody else's money, flipping it, and then selling it and make it a 37K profit without touching your money, it's like mind blowing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get that, Zay? How this is like an advanced strategy?
Yeah, I get it.
So now, do y'all see my screen about the credit cards?
I think it's still loading.
There we go. Do you see it?
Yep.
All right. So this was my first credit card. Simon, this will help you understand about which credit cards to get. So this is my first credit card that I got. It was a TD Bank secured credit card. The cool thing about it was free. There was no annual fee. Discover It card. That was my second card. It was free. There was no annual fee. Capital One secured card. I got these three at the exact same time as well. Well, a couple weeks apart actually. Around in the same month I got them because I was young. And then I got this one. I think it's like $265, right? $265 a month. But since you're military, you get that waived off. You get that fee waived off. American Express now, it's like $665. You get that waived off. If you have these two credit cards, you basically have the god of all credit cards. If you have a gold card and you have a platinum card, you have the gods of all credit cards. This is $665. This is the brother of Amex Platinum Card, the half brother. This is like Thor and Loki. They're both powerful. And if you go, what I recommend to people is, once you get your secured credit cards, get the gold. This is someone that's, I want to give you, this is someone that's not in the military, right? So a regular human being. Once you get all the secure credit cards you got, get the American Express Gold Card. This is great for dining out, food, everyday expenses, gas, and everything. Once you got the Gold Card, I would recommend getting the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This will help you get 0% APR for your first year. It will get you 2% back and like 3 to 5% back on random shit like gas, there's gonna be dining or whatnot. And then once you got that Chase Freedom Unlimited card, get the Citi Double Cashback card. The Citi Double Cashback card will give you 2% of every single thing you buy. If I buy, okay, Zay, what is 2% of $2 million?
Man, what the fuck? You said of $1 million?
$2 million. You can use
2,000?
you can use a calculator.
Yeah, hold on. Wait a minute.
We wasted time here. It's 20K.
20K.
20K, okay. $20,000, Zay. Zay just looks at you with you have you just made 20K by spending $2 million on your business. That $2 million you bought supplies, you have 20K to go to the strip club and use all that money. Whatever you want to do with that 20K is up to you. You literally got 20K from nothing. From nothing. You had to spend the money and you got 20K. $2 million, you made 20K. You had to spend the money. This needs to go through your head. You already spent the money and they just gave you 20K just for spending the money. Like what? Like, let's say you got the new PS5, right? It's like if you got the new PS5, but they're like, you know what? Just because you got the new PS5, we got you 3 new controllers. Would you feel happy? Yeah, I just got 3 more controllers. They're not the PS5, but I got something in return that I can use. That's how it feels. And now, if you're running a business where you're using a bunch of, like, you're buying a bunch of wood, pallets, whatever, get the Lowe's credit card or get the Home Depot credit card. I recommend Lowe's because they're with Lowe's American Express and you can get cool flights with that. Then I would recommend getting the Amazon credit card. Get the Amazon credit card because you get 5 to 6% back on everything you buy on Amazon, which is the best thing in the world. Then I would get the Chase Freedom Flex card. Chase Freedom Flex. That will give you, it's the same thing as the Freedom Unlimited. Same thing, basically. And then that's pretty much it. Now, if you're ready to spend, like, let's say you're now making what, $10,000 a month, right? I would get the American Express Platinum card easily. Get the American Express Platinum card so you can travel, so you can do whatever. It's a luxury card. And it's a business card. You can write that off. You can write every single one of these expenses off, by the way, for your taxes. And then I would also get the Chase Sapphire Reserve card so you can get the trifecta for Chase. If you get the trifecta for Chase, all of your points are basically doubled, which is awesome. But you got to get a trifecta. You got to set it up. That's pretty much everything you got to know about which cards you should get. It'll take you probably like around 5 years to get all these cards. I would recommend probably longer if you don't want to get the American Express or the American Express or the Chase Sapphire card. Now, here's some tips. Do y'all still see my screen?
Yeah.
Don't go below a 680 credit score. Once you're above that, stay above that. Don't go below. If you go below that, you're fucking up somewhere. You want to keep climbing. You don't want to fall back. If you have a problem with your credit card, or call these credit bureaus. Call these. Save these numbers. They will help you. If just in case you're like, oh, this isn't right. Usually I never call them. I've never called them. But just in case, if you see something wrong, someone took your identity or whatever, boom, easy way. Take a picture, take a whatever. These are the numbers you should call. It's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. All right, some frequently asked questions. What do I do once I get all the credit cards that I want? So far, I have 14 credit cards. What do I do if I have all these credit cards? I call the company and I ask for an increase in my utilization. So from 12,000 to 15,000, from 500 to 1,200. Small things. You just got to call them and be like, hey, I want to increase in my credit. That's it. If I use my credit card and I pay it off right away, will that increase my credit score? No. Actually, it might decrease your credit score because they have to see some life in your credit. Let it mellow in your account. Let it until you get the balance statement. And then you pay off on due date. How frequently should I apply for a credit card? Every 3 months. Every 3 months until you get the amount that you want. You don't want to go above too much. Cause let's say you did it every 3 months. So that would what? That would be like what, 4 credit cards a year? That's good. That's like 4 hard inquiries. That's fine. And every hard inquiry disappears every 2 years. Every 2 years, that hard inquiry will disappear. Right now, I have like 20 hard inquiries. All that will disappear in 2 years. So literally next year, it'll all disappear. What credit score should I apply for more credit cards? 720. 720 is what you should apply for a credit card. Every single time. If you want to get a loan, 720. If you want to get a new car loan, 720. That's the minimum. Minimum of 720. If you want to apply for anything, 720. Why should you have a lot of credit cards? Well, the reason why I have 14 credit cards is because it's like, imagine it. If you have 14 kids, right? And you're making a lot of money, what does that say? That shows responsibility. Man, this person can take care of 14 kids and feed himself and wake up and go to work. That's a man right there. I trust this guy. Let me give him some loans. Let me give him some money. Let me give him all the things that he needs to start a business. That's how the credit bureaus look at you. Each credit card, each asset that you have in your report, they see it as a child. They see it as, oh, does this person has responsibility? That's it. That's it. Y'all got any questions?
So you said once you're making about what 10K a month, go ahead and get the platinum card.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a safe route. It's a luxury card.
It's a luxury card. Okay, cool.
Unless you're in the military, you get that waived off.
Yeah, I can finesse it.
Yeah. Tom, you got any questions about credit cards?
No, it's still generally pretty the same. Pretty cool though.
Yeah. What about you, Zay? You look like you're smiling over there.
Yeah, I'm a pretty happy person, you know. But this week I'm gonna go get my first credit card.
How will we do it now? So you don't have a credit card right now?
Damn it! I knew I shouldn't have said that. Fuck.
Do it,
Yeah,
do it right now.
because my what was it? My dad talked about doing a trade line with me before. I didn't know the name of it, but you kind of said what he was trying to do. He was gonna give me one of his credit cards.
Yeah. So
Zay, who's your bank right now?
does your dad have good credit card? Good credit score?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be on his so he's gonna add you as a additionary.
Yes, it was some shit like that.
Right now, go on your phone right now. Go to Discover It Secured Card. Get your first credit card right now.
Do it, Zay. You get your first card, bro.
I can't just go to a bank and do that.
Nope. Do it right here, right now. Easily done.
Do it right now.
Right now, we're here.
He said go to what? Discovery?
Discover It Secured Card.
You should share your screen.
It's called Discover Secure Card.
Discover It Secure Card. It. Put down $200 on there.
Man, what the fuck? Hold
Yeah.
up. Wait a minute.
You'll get it back at the end of the year.
I thought you said you're supposed to put 500 down on it.
You can if you want, but you can put a minimum of 200. I recommend 500.
Why do you recommend 500?
So you can have more to play with.
Pause. All right.
Let me know when you get that credit card.
That boy getting a credit card.
I like it. I like it. For fun, let's do a ranking system, right?
Did you already stop the podcast, or are you gonna still keep it going?
Going. This is the fun part about the podcast. This is the end. So, tier, what is it called? Tier battles. I forgot what it's called. All right, tier list. All right. Let's see. Zay, you have any I mean Jay, do you have any recommendation on a tier list?
Um,
It could
let's
be
do
movies, it could be shows.
movies.
All right. What kind?
Action.
That's pretty broad. I'll put movies and let's see what shows up. Marvel movies, animated movies.
Did they leave?
No, he's still
No,
right.
I'm right here, bro. I'm applying for a damn credit card.
You want to do every Disney animated movies? Have you watched have you guys all watched Disney movies?
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
but-
yeah.
All right, do that one. Looks like a fun one. Damn, there's a
I
lot
don't
of
know. You get an ad down there, like it's my computer.
what?
Like the ad you got down there.
Oh, Canon. Not this one. I don't like that. Let's do. Because I want to make a tier list later on about best businesses that you can do, and the worst businesses like a lemonade stand, wholesaling, all the other stuff. Actually, let's do